Hi, Jay Andrews here with Laguna Tools, and I'm introducing today the new LX3 router lift. This is one of the most technologically advanced router lifts in the marketplace, and certainly one of the most heavy duty. Now, if you've used a router lift at all in your shop, you'll know that dust can accumulate in the top, and that was one of the goals of the LX3, is to keep this top surface very clean. You notice that there's few holes in the top here. There's a couple for starter pins, and of course for your elevation wheel here. But if you lift this out and flip it over, you'll see that all of the components are drilled and tapped into the bottom of this top plate to keep the top surface clean and free of debris, which makes your projects slide through the router lift much, much easier. You'll also notice that the insert rings that fit into the top, there's 3 different ones that come with it. There'll be some other ones that are available as well. These are held in place by magnets, and they can be dislodged with the push of a button so you can lift them out. There are also 3 leveling screws that level off these insert rings so that they stay flush with this top surface and keep that smooth sliding action available, not just over the surface, but also over the rings themselves. Located on the top surface is the increment plate or the dial wheel, and this shows you the measurements as you're raising and lowering your bit in the router lift. Each turn is a 1/16 of an inch, and each individual increment is 1/512th of an inch, or around 2/1000th of an inch movement for each line. The hand wheel is generously sized here so that you can go through and crank it. A lot of them on the marketplace have a tiny little handle that you're trying to spin and get accurate measurements. This one allows you to precisely set the height of your router bit to give you better quality control on your projects. Again, we demonstrated this button right here. That allows you to lift out the plate to go through and do a bit change, or to lift the router plate up and out of the table easily. One of my favorite features that makes the LX3 the most stable router lift on the market are these 4 Acme threaded posts. These aren't the threaded rods that you'll see on a lot of inferior router lifts on the marketplace. They're Acme threaded rods, just like we used to lift our large commercial planers. They're positioned widely spaced out in the outer corners. They run large diameter bearings, and that makes this smooth, stable, and accurate for routers of any size. The elevation wheel on the top turns this geared arrangement on the bottom. The timing belt turns all 4 corners, and the lift mechanism happens in all 4 corners to lift this plate up and down extremely accurately. Another great feature of the LX3 is that it doesn't take collars or bushings to fit routers of all sizes into it. There are 3 locking bolts on the bottom. We'll unlock those with the Allen wrench. And these hold the clamping jaws that clamps your router into position. Now, this will take from small routers all the way up through the large 3.5 horsepower routers. And you can actuate these jaws by inserting your hand wheel or an Allen wrench right into the front here, and then turning that wheel to extend the jaws out to clamp on your router body. And this will accept any of the round router bodies on the marketplace, all of the popular ones. And once you have this in place, I would try to move my router a little bit, and then I'll tighten this down as tight as I can get the hand wheel. And with that tightened down, I'll come back in and tighten these clamping bolts around the base of the router itself, just to lock these in place and to ensure that your router won't come loose during operation. I've spoke about stability in these lift posts, but the base itself is also extraordinarily stable. It's thickly milled aluminum, and it fits right into the slot of the table. Most router lifts use a simple screw that goes down, and it sits right on top of the MDF to level the plate up and down, and those little screws can dig into the MDF. So instead of using small screws, we've used these wide lift plates, and they're positioned in all 4 corners. The lift plates have an adjustment screw, and they have a lock screw. So once you have your plate dead level with the top surface of your table, you'll go ahead and lock it in with that screw. It takes a little time to do it. It's a one-time operation, and you do that only when you first set it up on a new table. And once you've got it locked in, you can lift it in and out, and it'll come back, it'll be flush every time. If your hole tends to get a little bit wider, your hole in the table, there are these side plates. And the side plates are on the long length, as well as the short length on the side here. And these can be adjusted in and out to take up any tension or any slack that are there in the table to make sure that the router plate fits in and out very easily. Once you have those in place, if you'd like to lock the router table down, you can actually use the small set screws that are on each of these plates to lock it into the table. Well, we talked about the leveling adjustments for the plate. Now we've got the leveling adjustments for these table inserts, and those are done right here. There are 3 screws that come up from the bottom of the inserts, and those can be tightened down or adjusted to level those off flush with the top of the table surface. Each of these adjustments that I just mentioned are a one-time adjustment. Leveling the plate, setting the tension from the side to side and front to back on the plate to the table, and then finally the adjustment here for the insert plates themselves there. One-time adjustment, take your time, do those right before you put it into service, and then from then on it's just a matter of cranking, setting up your bit for the next cut here. While we're talking about safety on the router lift here, it does come with one of these guide pins here. And these guide pins are set up for safety, so if you're routing anything and you're not using a fence to guide your parts through there and you're freehanding it, use the starter pin, bring your material up against the starter pin, and then gradually roll it into the bit, and that gives you a lot of control and a lot of safety when you're doing hand routing like for templates. Make sure that you're using a bit with a bearing so that you can go through and pick up the edge of your template as you're sliding your product through, a bearing or a shoulder type of bit, and then using the starter pin to start those cuts. It's imperative. It keeps that part from grabbing on the bit and having it climb and shoot it across the room. Another safety tip, anytime that you're using the router lift, is that you'll bring the fence up and you'll straddle the bit in most cases, or have the fence supporting the material, but don't ever use the bit away from the fence and putting your material between the two, is it'll grab your workpiece and it'll shoot it out along the fence. Make sure that your fence is used in conjunction with the bit itself. Boy, it's a pleasure using a router lift that is as smooth and as accurate as the LX3 is. If you have any questions on the LX3 or any of our equipment, you can look us up on the web at lagunatools.com. The LX3 is under our Classic Series machine, and it's available exclusively through authorized Laguna Tools dealers. Thanks for choosing Laguna Tools.